let's talk about expensive legendaries.
Legendaries.
So, here's Noodle just saying, just let me spend a hot $40 for my Shadowgast ring at level 291.
300k. Why? Why?
Economy. Floof. Here, Floof, just saying 90% of the people I know. 90% of the people I know have bought every single legendary with gold from WoW tokens. Blizzard sees these stats. They're not dumb. Won't be surprised if they tie crafting to player power just as hard next expansion. I don't know, because there's times like where they've made leveling so much faster, even though they sell a boost.
Yeah.
But it cannot be denied that they made loads of dollar off boosting.
Yeah.
And they are making loads of dollar off legendaries.
Yep.
And it's like, if you have WoW token in your game, then you now have the responsibility of not being pay to win.
Yep.
Not feeling pay to win to players.
Which they are failing at here.
In this case, they are. Now, a lot of people will say that this is power you can get otherwise, therefore it's pay to skip to get more power. But, at that point, it's like, man, all right, sure.
Yeah.
Either way, there's a bit of a problem, so let's just talk about that. Yeah. So, I mean, how much are these in our server?
The rings, I think, most things are like at 291 or in and around the 100k and a bit.
Okay,
I think because leather shoes at 291 are about 125k.
Gotcha.
And I think it's the rings are about 100k. So I mean that's still plenty of money. It's obviously well if you just play and do your callings, but I want to do my fucking callings, want to play the game. That's actually something I've been thinking about this week. Is I have played a lot more World of Warcraft than I have in a long time. In the binge of just doing Mythic Plus and raids, but I don't really in my limited time I go in, I try to get I do the thing that's meaningful to me, which is the dungeon, trying to get loot. I don't have a lot of time to go and do callings. I know they only take a little while, but it's like that's executive function if I'm going to go and do this thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I have limited amount of decisions I can make in my day for doing things that are useful. I should probably, put on laundry or make dinner instead, using that energy. So it's that case of just, man, I feel like I have to go and do a bunch of shit I don't really want to do in order to play this game. And that's like, I don't know if that's a great experience. Obviously there's a whole load of problems in solving that, but it's just that thing of, is it a bad idea to get a load of gold for doing Mythic Plus dungeons? Yes. Would it solve a subset of problems? Also, yes.
Currency inflate.
Yeah.
It's like, how far do we just, add a zero on, kick the can down the road?
Yeah.
Because the more you add those zeros on, the more that people feel like, oh, so I feel a bit stupid for trying to get gold last expansion. Right?
Yeah.
So you inflate the currency. So, man, I don't really know how they get out of this. I would say they should probably... I mean, at this stage they can't, because look, even if they nerf some of this stuff, like maybe they make the materials more abundant or something like that, well, that's a really big fucking slap to the people who've put the work in to get these. And, I always knew this, but it was only until I saw somebody sharing their experience of leveling up, to get the latest legendary crafts, where, you have to craft at each rank like 10 times for each slot, right?
Yeah.
For each level. Just think about how many legendaries that is. Just a lot of legendaries. A lot of work. That's millions, probably millions of gold. Hundreds of thousands of gold.
Yeah, it is.
And sure, you're going to earn a lot of gold, I suppose, maybe, once you're able to sell them. But, that's a bit wild for the economy. So, I'm not really sure how we get around this. Certainly, I like the idea of there being more economic involvement. I really do think that that's got a vital and important part in an MMO. We definitely need to fix things up on the supply side so that there's less botting and issues like that. But if I think back to many of the times where I've really enjoyed World of Warcraft in the past, I remember, it's funny, I remember being very salty over Motes of Harmony because they disrupted the traditional economic shuffles for Cobalt and Saronite that I did with prospecting in Wrath of the Lich King, and it was really Wrath where I was peak enjoying that. There is a bit late Mop too, where I think I was beginning to enjoy that more. I do remember having fun with Trade Skill Master in Warlords of Draenor. However, WoD also did some things to the economy I didn't really like.
Yeah,
and since then, I think really my last hurrah was the scrapper thing for the stuff, the purple crafting stuff in Legion.
Yes.
Obliteratum.
Yeah, obliterate him.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that I think was my last real hurrah.
Yep.
But certainly, there's loads of people. I mean, Luke, Dakor, just out there making money.
Yeah, so I feel like that. I feel like that is that part of the game is completely accidental at the minute. I think they put small steps into trying to design things, but I feel like they're generally a bit ill-equipped to like properly design economic gameplay. They kind of obviously they tried to do a little bit with legendaries to try and make them feel more earned, and that's kind of. You can say that definitely wasn't the best approach to that. There's definitely a version of that that's way more sensible. But like, other than that, they've just been doing the. I guess we'll continue what we've always been doing, which is pots, flasks, etc.
Yeah. Well, hey, ex-game developer Yanis Varoufakis no longer has a job in the Greek government. Get him in, Blizzard.
Yeah, go for it.
If you don't know, he was Greece's finance minister, and I believe a whole bunch of stuff happened at the party. He's no longer that. But
Yes.
Before that, he was at Valve. He was like the resident economist at Valve, doing things, which obviously is important because Valve let a lot of genies out. They opened up Pandora's box in terms of video game monetization, didn't they?
Thanks for trading cards and TF2 loot boxes. Thank you.
Thanks, Gabe.
Yep.
Look what other people you mean you did hats? Look what other people did. Oh boy. Yeah, so I suppose legendaries. Wow, Dakor is really angry.
He's went in, yeah.
Yeah, he's really angry. But I suppose that's what happens with Mythic Raiders when they exist.
Yeah.
It's very hard too because there should be some texture. There should be like that degree of having to work to earn the thing. And I know Mythic Raiders are very happy to work to earn the thing. It's just for them, it's like, okay, well, the hoops are just ridiculous. But it is undoubtedly a challenge to design a loot system that's going to be, let's just say, engaging to... Imagine if we didn't have a guild and we just did world content and a few pugs. Like a loot system that is engaging to them is engaging to, I guess a heroic curve guild like us, but really big asterisks in that because we didn't get curve last year because we stopped playing World of Warcraft and now we can't field a full team of only guildies. So I kind of doubt we're going to kill heroics of Al, to be honest. But like, how do you make a loot system that is successful like every stage of that chain? But like, not just is successful, because I know FFs will basically work for everyone involved.
Yeah.
But what Blizzard want is a like really hyper engaging. They wanted to be hyper engaging at every level. So it's like, how the fuck do you design that? It's like it's gotta fit so many different requirements for so many different sorts of players.
Yeah,
it's a really hard problem.
Yeah, because FF14's taken the path of least resistance, which is let's make this not very engaging or time consuming or have any downsides for people.
It's absolutely not exciting.
Yeah, that's
exciting.
Yeah, it's straight up remove all the downsides. We've just lost a lot of the upsides, but we feel it's worth it in that case.
Yeah.
So it's like Blizzard need to do something different than that, obviously, but in the way that works for everyone, or in a way that works better overall.
Yeah. So interesting.
Yep.